beautiful day. Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to start my Aardvark reading vlog, and I have already completed my first book, which is Where You End by 𝒂💏💂. In this reading vlog, I'm hoping to read as many Aardvark Book Club picks that I have chosen from the service over the next few days before I go on vacation. So we will see which ones I get to, but like I said, I started with this one. I had the audiobook. I've been very intrigued. This is by 𝒂💏💂, which is a pen name of Karen Abbott, who I guess writes nonfiction typically, but this is a fictionalized account based on true events. We have Catherine and Jude. I think her name is Judith, but she goes by Jude. And the novel starts where there's been an accident and Kat is in the hospital, and she ends up waking up with this rare form of amnesia where she remembers absolutely nothing except for the face of her twin sister, Jude. And she knows her name and she knows they're sisters, but that's all she knows. I don't know what part of the story is based on true events, if it's the amnesia part, if it's the twin story about what happened in their past, but I didn't really like this one. It was never suspenseful. I was bored really from start to finish. I thought that we were gonna hear more about the accident initially, and I thought it was going to be like a mystery trying to find out like what ultimately happened during the accident. I thought maybe Jude was going to feed her twin sister lies and like build up, like maybe it was Jude's fault that they were in an accident and she was gonna convince Kat that she was innocent and she had nothing to do with it or something like that. And it just wasn't that. It quickly veered off into hearing about their past when they were younger. Single mother, I think their dad like took off when they were young or died when they were young or something like that. But they grew up in an isolated community. Isolated community, aka a cult. But the cult wasn't dark. It never said it was a cult. And I think for that reason, just everything kind of felt ambiguous. And I never knew if I could trust Kat because of her amnesia. I never knew if I could trust Jude because I was like, obviously she's hiding things. And I just didn't know. Like it kind of felt a little fever dreamish, but not entirely. And because I never trusted either of the twins, I never felt emotionally connected to them. I was never really rooting for them. So then the bad things that happened to them, I wasn't really emotional because of that. Yeah. So it says that they grew up in an isolated community. They played these savage games, dark lessons that followed them into adulthood. And it's like, I don't really get that. Not dark enough, not everything needed to be taken up like 100 notches. So 1 star for me, but let's move on to our next book, which I'm really excited about. The next book I'm going to be reading is The Drowning Woman by Robin Harding, and I'm very excited about this because I've read at least one other book by this author and really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. Also, this is a backlist Aardvark Book Club pick. I think it came out like November or December of last year, maybe earlier, I don't really know. But I know my friend Jordan from Sorry Booked Solid read this and enjoyed it. I think she rated it like 4 or 5 stars, but I'm really interested. The premise sounds crazy, so we'll see what happens. Let's see, it's Ashley Winstead blurbed it and said, one of those rare stories that's both compulsively readable and full of gravitas. A deliciously twisted story of friendship, retribution, and betrayal about a homeless woman fleeing a dangerous past and the wealthy society wife she saves from drowning, who pulls her into a dark web of secrets and lies. Let's do this. Charlie, do you have something to say? She says, I want to smell your back, Mommy. Charlie. Hi. Hi. Hello. What are you doing? I read this one in a couple sittings. It was a very fun reading experience. I knew it was about this homeless woman saving this woman that was not homeless from drowning, and that's all I really knew going in, and I liked that. This is not suspenseful, heart-pumping thriller. It almost read a little bit slower and more melancholy and more, I don't know, but I really enjoyed this one and I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. That being said, I think the story itself and how it was just so kind of melancholy and one note, I think it's more of like a 4-star, but it's between a 4 and a 5, so I decided to bump it up because I did have so much fun with it. There are multiple twists and turns along the way. I did see, like, I guess like the first reveal or twist coming because I have read other certain, see how dark it's getting? My camera is freaking out. Okay, I just have to keep monitoring it, but can you see me? Okay, but because I have read certain other thrillers, there were definitely parts of this that reminded me of those books, but happy to report that it wasn't like the same twist and that's it. It definitely had like more to it. I would say if you like books like, not the plot, but like The Maid, The Last Mrs. Parrish, then you might like this one. Yeah, I like Robin Harding's writing. I like her characters. I liked the balance of like this homeless woman and then this like wealthy suburban wife that's also in a difficult situation. And I liked their like unlikely friendship almost. And I was rooting for both of the women. So I love that. And I really don't want to say too much because I don't want to like cloud your judgment going in, but I had such a fun time reading it. The sunlight, these storms, these clouds. But yeah, that's my thoughts on The Drowning Woman, 5 out of 5 stars. So we're starting the vlog with a 1 star and a 5 stars. What's gonna happen next? I'm off to run some errands. I am going to Target to return some things. I got these PJ sets, but they didn't really work. So I got 2 of them in the hopes that they would fit nicely, but they don't. So I'm returning those PJ sets and then I'm gonna go to Kohl's, might go to Barnes and Noble. I'm doing a very fun seasonal gift exchange over on my Patreon, and the theme is a little bit of sunshine, and I have some ideas in mind, so I might go ahead and pick up some things for that. Even though we haven't technically picked partners yet, I think I have some ideas in mind that would work for anybody. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I don't know anything else. I might go to the shoe store. I feel like I have 2 pairs of sneakers. I have my Hoka's, or is that how you say it? And I have my Nikes, and neither one of them are perfect. So I'm looking for something else, and I have an idea of what I want in my head. I don't think they sell them in stores, but we'll see. Okay, I'm done in Target. I really couldn't take you along with me because I basically made my return, got a bra and shapewear, which who wants to see that? And then I got a bunch of stuff for, I think I got everything I need for the exchange that I was talking about. And because I know those girlies watch my videos, I can't include that here. But maybe I'll save it for like a separate vlog and show you after the exchange has already happened, which won't be until like later on. So Yeah, you have to be patient. But I got some really cute, oh, I did get one thing I can show you. I got this puzzle from the Bullseye Playground. It was like $3, $5, I don't know how much it was, but a 500-piece puzzle called Plant Babies. And I'm literally going on Gabby's channel from Gabbing About Books tonight to do audiobooks and art and hobbies or whatever. And how cute would that be? So, okay, that's all I got. Let me look on my receipt and see. Oh, was it $1? All right. Hello friends, I probably look crazy because of the bad overhead lighting, but I wanted to tell you what I'm gonna actually be reading next / tonight. I'm doing audiobooks and art, or like a cozy hobby, on Gabby's channel, Gabbing About Books, and I'm gonna be reading Everyone Who Can Forgive Me Is Dead by Jenny Hollander. This is obviously the third Aardvark book that I'm reading for this vlog. I have on my new strawberry PJs. I washed and dried them specifically so I could wear them tonight. And then I also have a strawberry banana smoothie from McDonald's. So I'm going with a strawberry theme. Unfortunately, I do not have a strawberry puzzle, but I am hopefully going to be building this Plant Babies one that I got at Target earlier today. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be reading this one. And I did start it earlier today. I'm on chapter 3, page 20. I'm not liking it. I made it to page 84 on sprints, and I'm just not feeling it. Also, if you can hear that noise outside, it's rain and wind, and it's so loud. But anyway, I have a lot of other things on my mind, or I did tonight while I was reading this. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna DNF this. So I'll let you know tomorrow if I'm continuing or if I'm DNFing, and then what I will read next. Good morning. I know I look rough. This is why I had that Band-Aid on last night, but I am officially DNFing Everyone Who Can Forgive Me Is Dead by Jenny Hollander. So I had some time to think about it. I did not read any more of it, and I'm sorry if I look rough. I just got done with my walk on the treadmill this morning. I was not motivated to do my walk. Sorry if you can't really see me. I need to make it. I need to set you up. There we go. There we go. I was not motivated at all to do my work. I can't even talk. I was not motivated to do my walk today, but I only had today and tomorrow, and then I'm done for like a week because I'm going out of town. And I was just like, come on, you've got 2 days left. You can do this. Okay, so I decided to DNF Everyone Who Can Forgive Me Is Dead by Jenny Hollander. I did add it to my DNF shelf. I DNF'd it on page 84. So I only have like 80-45 and then this little bit on 86 to read, and I could have been like chapter 9. But the chapters were too long. What did I say? I didn't say very much. I just said that very bored, long chapters, too many characters. But I did read a really interesting review, which I also thought would be helpful. Let me see if I can find it. And I also need to change my battery, so I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Okay, so My friend Kayla, who is also a patron of mine, rated it 2 stars and said, so meh. Everything about this book ended up being blah and boring. I didn't know that the story of an event called Scarlet Christmas, where the mass murder of graduate students happened, could be so lackluster, but here it is. It was a poorly done, unreliable narrator trope where the author depends solely on blackouts of the main character's memory. I also found myself desperate for the parts in the book that revisited the past timeline so I could just know once and for all what the heck happened on that night. She said something else than heck, but ultimately it was super anticlimactic, overdone, and disappointing. Content warnings: murder, assault, blood, substance abuse, PTSD, depression, and anxiety. But that's not the review that I read. There was another one. But it was very helpful in saying that what happened during the Scarlet Christmas, which is obviously this event that happened in the past, that is the whole catalyst for the rest of this book, because now we're years later. And then our main character, Charlie, has some PTSD, some missing memories from that night, and you're all trying to find out, like, what are her missing memories? What actually happened during the Scarlet Christmas? But the events, or even the supposed events of that night, are kept from the reader for so long. I don't know if they're ever told. I'm almost 100 pages into this, and I have no idea what happened. All I know is that people died. I don't know where it happened. I don't know exactly who died. I don't know the circumstances. I know nothing. And I just feel like if you want us to become invested in the who done it, you have to tell us what happened. And this failed to do that. So for that reason, it's a DNF for me, and I will let you know when I decide what I'm gonna pick up next, because I think I have time for one more book in this vlog. Hello friends, I am hoping to finish a love song for Ricky Wilde today. That is my hope and dream, that I can finish the book, finish this vlog, and get it posted, because Vegas is closer than ever, but I'm having another cup of coffee. I may come to regret all of my life choices, but right now it just feels right. I wanted to give a quick update because I'm hoping that I am gonna sit down right now and finish this book. But I'm 40 to 50% done. So I am on page 169. So I made really good progress yesterday. And unfortunately, I'm just not loving it. It has a 1923 timeline, and then it has like a 23-24 timeline, not 2023 and 2024. But so it has like a historical vibe to it a little bit. And I don't really understand the magical side of it yet. I have heard that it like makes a turn like halfway through. So we'll see what I think. But there's just something about her books that I'm not connecting with. Let's chat about a love song for Ricky Wilde. There were some things that I liked about this. Some of the quotes about love. To me, love is like listening to an album. Some people skip to their favorite songs and ignore the rest. Other people listen to the entire album over and over until it's familiar and cherished, and they know every note by heart. Sometimes I like to ground myself by feeling the earth. I don't know, it feels like an ancient human ritual, like cozying up to a fire for warmth or balancing a baby on your hip. Is that why you opened a flower shop? Because plants feel elemental and powerful, older than us. I also love delicate, soft things. A beautifully composed song, handwritten notes, a gorgeous meal. Cultivating beauty energizes me. And then, I'm curious about you. He took one step closer, away from the tree. Curiosity killed the cat, didn't it? It did. She settled her gaze on a nearby winterberry bush. But everyone forgets the rest of the saying. What is that? Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. She said quietly, and then met his eyes. Whatever it saw or felt was so good that dying was worth it. The cat returns for more, again and again. You know, 9 lives and all that. So there were some quotes that I really liked in here. And the ending was so great. Predictable, yes, but so great and so emotional and so fitting. However, other than those things, I didn't really enjoy it that much. I was just kind of along for the ride, and I didn't feel the passion, the connection until it was almost over. I liked the build up to it, but I almost feel like this book needed to be longer. Dare I say longer? Because I don't want them to shorten the beginning part, because I think all of that stuff is important. But it kind of was like, once it happened, it was like slam bam, thank you ma'am. There was a lot of language in here, and it was definitely open door. So for that reason, unfortunately, I just thought it was okay. And an okay, like on my scale 1 through 5, is a 2. So I'm giving A Love Song for Ricky Wilde 2 stars because I thought it was okay. And I think for the right readers that like historical romance, that like magical realism, will like this a lot more than me. But because those are not my favorite things, you know, it falls by the wayside. So that is the end of this aardvark vlog. Let's wrap up. This was not as successful as my book of the month vlog. The ones that I read in this vlog will go in order, starting with Where You End by 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒅. I gave this 1 star. 1. And then next, I read the success of the reading vlog, The Drowning Woman, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, which is amazing. Anytime you can find a 5 stars, it's amazing. Then I picked up Everyone Who Can Forgive Me Is Dead, and a DNF to this. So that's a 0 stars. And then last but not least, I just finished A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, and I gave this 2 stars. But my ratings and reviews on these books are absolutely no reflection on the service or the company or the team at Aardvark. I love working with them. I love their book selections. I just think I was unlucky this time. But they're off my shelf. I'm happy about that. And yeah. So don't forget to use my code TALKBOOKISH if there is a book on there that happens to spark your interest. I'm very excited about the ones that I have left. I have another romance. I have a sci-fi thriller. And then in my April box, I got a romance, one of my most anticipated. I got a like mystery book, and I got a horror book. So I'm very, very excited about that box, and I hope to read those books soon. But that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye, friends.